So today's gonna be part 2 of how to talk to women with intention. In case you're wondering where my daughter is, she's actually right behind me in her car seat. You know what season we are? We are officially into summertime, meaning what? Meaning that we have started our operation. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, I started this operation called Operation Find a Wife. This is for men who are looking to like settle down. Like you want to find your wife, you want to find the person to have a family with, and you're tired of the dating scene. One of the things that plagues you is that you meet women on the dating apps, in person, but then the conversations you have afterwards, they're like on the flat side. There's no depth to them. You go on dates, disappointment after disappointment. I remember when I was single, it was disappointing. Whenever I go on a date and it wouldn't work out, I was disappointed. So I can imagine as a man, you're paying as well, but we're gonna stop that, okay? We're gonna actually change the way you do things so that you're able to talk to women and, actually go somewhere with it. Well, hopefully. It's one thing approaching the woman, getting her phone number, but the conversations you have afterwards make a huge difference. So we're gonna talk about that. I wanna highlight, this is not a pickup video, because you can't fake chemistry. This is like ways that you're able to talk to women and conversate with them, and you're gonna be able to get a sense of who she is as opposed to just like surface conversation. And I'm not saying you're gonna get all that personality in a few conversations, but you're gonna have a sense of like if it's worth pursuing it, because there'll be chemistry there. You'll see that you guys are like bantering back and forth. You guys are like looking forward to texting each other. You'll see that there's a reciprocated conversation. So that's what you're looking for. I know how hard the dating scene is. Women are becoming very guarded because I think there's been bad experiences with a lot of men out there that haven't been serious. I feel like it might be hard for you who's serious to show to a woman that like you actually want to get to know her. It takes a bit of digging, but that's where I'm here to help you out. So just to simplify things for you, when a woman gives you her phone number, there's 3 things she's looking for. She's looking for energy, she's looking for interest, and she's looking for consistency. Right off the bat, if a woman gives you her phone number, she's interested. She would give you her social media, she would take your number, or she would probably like give you some fake Google number or something like that. If she's not interested in you, she would like, you wouldn't actually get her a real number. So just to let you know, if she's giving you her phone number, okay, first step, she's interested in me as well. She finds me attractive, or she wants to know like what I'm all about. After you get her phone number, the way you talk to her makes or break the whole thing. When she gives you her phone number, do not wait. Contact her right away. Within like half an hour, contact her. Don't be worried about coming off too thirsty or looking a little too eager. It doesn't matter. Nothing worse as a woman than a chalant man. You know that new term these kids are saying, chalant? Nonchalant. If you're coming at it like I'll take it or leave it, she's gonna match your energy. She won't even like be as like excited. When I was single, I never left my house, right? I was like a bit of a homebody. I still am, but now I have kids, so I actually have to leave my house. Remember, I used to only go to the grocery store, the gas station, work, and like the gym, the 4 places. Sometimes I'd be approached by a guy, and if I found him attractive, I'd be like, okay, he's cute. I give him my phone number. I'd be like generally excited to hear from him. So on the way home, I'd be like calling my like friends, being like, guess what? I got approached, and they're like, oh, what? And I'd be like giving the details, like he was cute, he was this, he was that, all excited to hear from this person, right? Then the night would go on, I would hear nothing. Next day, nothing. Then they would contact me like the 2nd, 3rd day. And by that time, I'm like thrown off. I'm like, okay, so like you got my phone number and you waited 2 days to talk to me? Because I'd be all excited, like looking forward to getting to know this person. Then they would not contact me till days later. That's a big no-no. Right away, I'm like, okay, you know what? If this person's not going to take me seriously, why should I take him seriously? I'm not saying I would close things off, but I wouldn't be as excited. So as soon as a woman gives you your phone number, do not wait on contacting her, because it's actually gonna be flattering to know that like this guy like is risking it all. Like this guy's like trying to get to know me. Like this guy like is looking forward to talking to me. And for the guys on dating apps, it's especially important. If she gives you her phone number, within like 10 minutes, message her from there. Get off the app right there. Do not wait, because it's either she's gonna think that you have like other things going on in your life that like you can't get her you can't text her off the app, or she's gonna think that like you're like just nonchalant about it. As soon as you get her phone number, text her right away. I would say call, but like people are not into calling as much anymore, which kind of is unfortunate. But you gotta contact her right away. Do not play cool. Go hard. Go hard or go home. Right away, you get her phone number, you say, hey, this is John, we met at the grocery store. How are you doing? I would even ask her even like, let me know when are the best times for me to text. And it's good to get the availability and her like preferred method of communication, because then it's going to make it easy for you to know like when to communicate. Because there's nothing worse than when you're paranoid that you're doing too much when she's busy. But when it comes to the doing too much, there's no such thing as doing too much. I actually find it very flattering if you're on the ball with like communicating, okay? It's just that you have to kind of know like when's a good time. Like I said, energy, show that you're interested. I don't see nothing wrong. Energy, okay? She's truly interested, she'll match your energy. If you find that she's like replying too late and she's not really like putting in as much effort as you, then it's kind of a sign. If you're showing to her that you're actually interested in getting to know her and she's not showing the same, that's when you know, okay, you know what? She may not be ready for a relationship, or she may not be as interested. At the beginning, when you show the energy, okay, you get her attention. Then you start asking some questions now, because that's when you're able to show to her that you're interested in her. You actually want to know, okay, who is this beautiful person that I just got her phone number? I want to let you know the kinds of questions you ask and the frequency of communication is very telling of your intentions. We can tell based on what you're asking us, what you're looking for. So that's where you have to be very, very honest with yourself when you meet a woman. Number one, are you ready for like to open up and to meet someone and for real? And also, like, what do you want from this woman? Like, what do you truly want? Are you actually interested in getting to know her, or you just think she's cute? Sorry about that. My baby woke up and then we ate and now I'm back. I was talking about the interest. Oh yeah. So like I was saying, it's very important that you show interest in the person you're trying to talk to, interest in who they are as a person. You don't want your questions to come across like you're just more attracted to her. It's every woman's story that she'll give her phone number out to a man, and then the man will start like asking for a picture, asking for social media, start making very suggestive comments. It's good to flirt, but don't lead on a very sexual note. Save that for when you guys are very comfortable after a few dates. Like, then you can start flirting more. But at the beginning, come at it very respectful. Some things I'm saying, you might be like, I know this, but like, you'd be surprised. So as for actual questions, I don't want to give you like a script, because I don't want you to force it. It should actually come pretty naturally. But just rule of thumb, dating is to collect the data. You're there to collect information about her. And when I say collect, I don't mean it in a very formal way. I mean more like you're there to like get to know who she is. Like, you want to get a snapshot of what kind of person you're dealing with. Ask questions about her everyday life. What are you doing today? What are you up to? What does she do for work? What does she do for hobbies? Does she hang out with her family or friends? Does she volunteer? What kind of books is she reading? Like, you want to start getting like information about what she does on her free time. Women love to talk, okay? So don't be afraid of just asking a lot of questions. Actually, women will appreciate it if you ask a lot of questions. And you know what they'll appreciate more? If you ask her to elaborate. Get her to get into the details. When you ask her, so how's your day looking like? She'll say, oh, I gotta work and then I have to go home and like clean. Ask her how long you've been at that job for. How'd you get into it? Do you love it? Do you think you're gonna go elsewhere in the field? She's wide awake. So back to what I was saying. Details. Don't be afraid to ask her for details, okay? So if she's telling you about her day, make her break things down. If she tells you, I had a long day at work, just say, oh yeah, how'd that look like? And make her like break down her whole day. Like, she would really appreciate that. When you conversate with her, you want to know if she could be your friend. Because think about like a life with someone. Like, imagine you're gonna be marrying this girl. Do you see yourself sitting on a plane ride with her? Do you see you guys like, talking for hours on a car ride? Do you see her like meeting your family and friends and actually mingling with them? So when you talk to her, get a sense to see if she's like your kind of person. Does she get your sense of humor? Do you find her funny and witty? Send her a few memes. It's in your best interest to get a gauge on if you even like her. Like, do you even like find what she's saying interesting? As you're gonna talk to her and you're gonna get information from her, you're gonna either find yourself interested in what she's saying, or you're gonna find that it's hard to come up with more questions because you're not that interested, or she's not really responding back to you, which is kind of a telltale sign that she's not interested in you if she's not asking you questions back. Technically, if she likes you back, she'll be asking you back and forth questions, right? She'll be trying to get to know information about you too, right? So that's where you're able to tell if like there's chemistry there. Chemistry will look like you guys are going back and forth like pretty regularly. There'll be no gaps of conversation. There'll be no like running out of things to say, because someone will always come up with a question. So when you start talking to her, start setting like a schedule in your head of when you're going to reach out to her. So I would reach out to her in the morning, asking her how her day is looking like. Mid-afternoon, asking her how her day is going. And in the evening, ask her how her day went. And that could be like a whole day's conversation, but at least at the beginning, check in morning, afternoon, evening. And as you continue talking, you're going to have like a consistent schedule. Don't just disappear. If you're gonna get in that schedule, don't just disappear one day, because she's gonna notice, okay? She's gonna wonder what she said or why you did that. Like, you don't want to confuse her. So like, when you start talking to her, especially if you're interested in her, be consistent with the communication, because that really matters. When it comes to planning a date, when you know more information about her, then you'll be able to tell, okay, do I plan like a sporty date? Do I plan like a low-key date? Do I plan a more fancy date? Because you'll have more of the information of what kind of person she's like. I find some of the red flags are when a woman wants you to take her out right away. Technically, it's in you guys' both interests to talk a little bit before, you know, going on a first date, because it doesn't matter how much money you spend or where the location is. If there's no chemistry, like, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's just like, make the conversation interesting enough that it's actually fun talking to you, that she'll look forward to going on a date with you. And what's super important is that you remember things that she tells you. Imagine you ask her how her day's looking like, and she tells you that she's going to be cleaning after work. When you check in the evening, ask her, how's your cleaning? Did you get everything done? Try to remember things she tells you. That's actually how my husband got my heart, eh? Remember him and I, we met, and we started texting for like a day, and I had mentioned like in passing that it was my son's birthday that I was planning, right? Then we stopped talking. I think I just ghosted randomly, and then he came back a week later, and he was like, how was your son's birthday? When he said that like got my attention right away. I was like, wow, I can't believe he remembered that small detail. It was super insignificant, but to me it meant so much that he remembered that. And those are stories I hear from other women, that the guy that they could tell is interested is actually like asking them questions that like they remember from things that she said. Remember the details and try to just join in on her journey of life. Like, I know it sounds kind of corny, you know, like just be like, so it's raining outside, are you gonna stay in? Like, be like that person she wants to talk to. I think my baby's sleeping me. And for those wondering about like when should you take her out, like on that first date, like an actual first date, there's no timeline per se, but you'll know. You'll see that like you're really looking forward to actually seeing her in person. You'll see that she's looking forward to seeing you. You'll see that like you guys are both like into the conversation, and that's when you'll be able to ask her, hey, so what are you doing this weekend, or what are you doing on Thursday? And then you'll be able to like plan the date nicely. You'll actually be excited for the date. You'll actually look forward to it, and plus you'll know more about her personality to know what kind of date she'll enjoy. You don't even like have a timeline of when to take her on a date. Just like talk to her. Just at the beginning, talk to her, and when things start to feel very, very natural between you guys, and you start feeling like you really want to get to know this person that you've been communicating with, that's when you'll be like, okay, I'm taking this girl out, and then you'll actually be excited, and that's when you put your best foot forward. A few things to avoid like talking about your ex. Don't be talking about how women wronged you in the past. Don't even ask her about her old relationships. It's about you guys now. When it gets to the point where you guys are like very like more close, or after a few dates, that's when you'll be able to maybe ask questions about like her previous relationships. But at the beginning, make it like light, make it fun, make it like interesting between both of you guys. You want to make her feel like you really want to know who she is. That's when she'll relax and she'll be responding very fast. You'll see her even initiate the conversation. When you start seeing that she starts initiating the conversation, that's when you know it's a good sign. That's when you know she started to get invested in you. But if you see that she's very non-responsive, or one-word answers, or if you don't talk, she doesn't reach out either, that's when you know that like you may just be like one of the guys on her phone, or she may not be interested in you. The worst is if she doesn't respond for a whole day. There's no reason a woman should not respond after a whole day. And if she does, there better be a good reason. And that also applies for you. If you're going to be away from your phone for a while, let her know. Just be like, hey, I'm just going to a meeting right now. I'll be back ASAP. Or like, hey, I'll be driving, but I'll be back at 2. Just let her know like where you're at, you know, or like why you're away from your phone. So it shows that you're considering that she may be looking at your phone and she doesn't see a text from you. And it also makes her anticipate to hear back from you. There's ways to make people elaborate about themselves without actually asking direct questions. So for example, imagine you ask her, so what are you doing this weekend? She goes, so I have my friend's birthday party, then I have this event on Sunday. Then you say, you like to go out a lot. And then she might say, no, it's just that it's like, a packed weekend. I'm usually a homebody. Another example. So if you ask her how was her day, and she tells you, oh, I had all these meetings, and now I'm just relaxing right now. Then you could say, oh, so is your job very stressful? And she'll say, no, it's just that like I had this project due, and then I was really putting in the work and the hours for this. So it's like, just there's ways to make a person tell about themselves without actually asking direct questions. I hope it makes sense, because I used to work in this job where I would try to catch people do stuff. So I would call them and just conversate with them, and then by the details they would give me, I would jot down the notes. That was how I was able to learn how to communicate. When you first start talking to her, make it like a slow burn. Just try to get a gauge of what her everyday day looks like. Then as you continue conversating, start asking questions about like her likes, her dislikes, her friendships, her family, and it should be very natural. Don't just like bombard with questions and interview. Like, she tells you information, talk about yourself as well. Then you say, what about this question? Make it a back and forth. There's certain things you have to get out the way in the first few conversations to see if there's compatibility, or like even like a chance for it to go further. Like deal breaker questions. 1 second. Like deal breaker questions. For example, like if she doesn't want to get married, there's no business going on a date with a woman that lets you know she doesn't want to get married. The thing is that you don't want to be asking like, you cook, you clean, you want to get married. There's a way to ask these questions without actually being so like direct. Imagine she tells you about her weekend. Imagine she tells you she likes to be out a lot. She has a large circle of friends. Then you could be like, so do you see your life slowing down when you have kids one day? A person that does not want children will take that opportunity to let you know. And some things you don't even have to ask. You'll just be able to tell through conversations. So imagine whenever you talk to her, she's always out. At one point it's gonna click, okay, she's a person that's always on the go. But imagine you're always imagine whenever you talk to her, she's always home. Then you know who you're dealing with. You know, okay, this person is mostly home doing this, that. You want to get like a feel of what kind of person she is. Okay, this is getting too chaotic. If you want me to elaborate more on things, let me know. But like, for now, this is what I got, okay? But I'm probably going to address more things in different videos. But I hope this was helpful. But whoever you're talking to, energy, interest, consistency. Alright, I gotta go. Bye.